Hi, chemists. Today is Wednesday, April 15th. Welcome to another class period. Let's get started. So, as always, my contact information. Make sure you are calling, texting, emailing me, commenting on this video, commenting on Google Classroom. Also, I want to take the moment to pause me now. So you are going to need either Google Classroom already open and ready to go, or the printed out QPA that you're going to be working on with a pencil. So pause me now to get yourself situated. Okay, welcome back. So you should have all the materials that you need. So either a pencil and your printed out QPA, which you're going to be working on, a printed out piece of paper to take your notes, or Google Classroom open. So we are working on the same standards today. And then our objective is to describe and analyze the gas laws phenomenon by doing research and writing back information on the topic. So let's just quickly take a look at the next few weeks in a glance. We'll go over this at the end too. So today we're going to be working on our final QPA overview. Friday, we're going to talk about what do I need for background information on your QPA. Also, just note that we have April break, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have different things that we're going to be discussing. So the final QPA. It's a research project, as you know, as I talked about on Monday, on the gas laws. So let's look at the final QPA in more depth. Don't pay any attention to that. Okay, so you go on to Google Classroom. So like I said, you need to have Google Classroom open. You go to your chemistry class. You go to classwork. And then in Unit 5, gas reactions, we have our Unit 5 QPA right at the top. So if you click on this, you all should be getting your own copy of this document, but if for some reason you don't have your own copy, you're going to need to go to File, Make a Copy, click on Make a Copy, and you can name it whatever you want. Name it your last name, Chem Unit 5 Final QPA. So like we talked about last time, you are going to be relating the gas laws that we learned about to one of these following topics. So you're going to be continuing your background research that you're going to be talking about for that. So do your initial research that you started on Monday to continue doing your research. So again, focusing on the background information of the QPA, and then diving into a little bit of how this relates, how this topic that you chose from up here relates to the gas laws. So what gas laws can be identified through this. So when a hot air balloon, when we heat it up and it causes it to rise in the air, what different variables do we have there? And then how is that related to a gas law? Which gas law are we doing? Remember from Monday, we talked about the different gas laws that we talked about over the course of the unit. So we talked about Charles' law, Boyle's law, Euclid's law, the ideal gas law, the combined gas law on Monday. So flip back to that video or those resources from Monday, April 13th, if you need to review. So use your extra sheet of paper, or you can just type right on this paper as you'd like if you are using your computer to do your research and then connect the gas laws to your topic. So think about the chemistry of your gas laws. Also, I just want to point out how to get the highest points on this project. So in order to score the highest amount of points, you need to provide a detailed history of this phenomenon that you're researching. So when did scuba equipment come into human existence? It might be earlier than you think, it might be later than you think. When did cabin pressure in airplanes need to be considered? So think about that, its role in history, and discuss any meaningful examples of the application and events surrounding it. Also, I want us to focus on today, so you are thoroughly explaining how the gas laws are relevant to this phenomenon, and all information is correct and complete. So really make sure you're being accurate with your information, because that is most important here. So which specific gas laws are being represented and why? So you can't just tell me like surface level stuff. I need to know what's happening. So what are the molecules doing? That's what I really want you guys to focus on for today. So look back at this. This is your guide as to what you need to be doing. So if you're doing everything that the 10-point column tells you you need to be doing, then you're perfect, you're fine. But if you're not, if you're over here in the 3, 6, 8 range, I need you to shoot higher for that 10. So pause me now to really do the research on part 2. So on Monday, you should have researched your topic, did a little background information. Now you're finishing the background information on the topic that you picked from above here, or if you chose one that's really interesting to you and you say, hey, Ms. Fabrizio, I really want to research this, then that's fine. But those little paper lanterns, that's like a smaller scale hot air balloon, I guess, that's fine. As long as you can relate it back to the gas laws and tell me why and how it's related to the gas laws. And then, so you're finishing your research, the background information, and you can find what background information should be included here. And then you're also identifying the gas laws that apply and why and how. How do they apply? Why do they apply? What does that mean? How does it relate to this topic? So pause me now to do your research on that, and then we'll check back in, and then you guys will have everything for today done. Welcome back. So you should have completed up till number 2 on this first page. So you should have done research on your topic and identifying the gas laws that are applying to whichever phenomenon, so whichever factor event that you chose that relate to the gas laws. So good job on that. You're well on your way to creating a fantastic presentation. So again, I want to just note what our next few weeks in a glance look like. So we're finished for today. We did our overview. So Friday, we're going to go over again what this background information is and how we're connecting it to chemistry. And then after the April break, much needed break for you guys, we're going to talk about how we can create our presentation, how we, again, are connecting this back to the chemistry. So not just the chemistry of what gas laws are being represented, but how manipulations of certain variables would change something. So how it could be something could go drastically wrong. For example, leaving scuba equipment, leaving the air tank in the sun. How could that go drastically wrong? What variable are we changing, and how does it affect our topic? And then finally on Friday, May 1st, which is when your projects are due, we're going to make sure that we know how to cite our sources. So as always, my contact information, I will try to get back to you guys in a reasonable manner. So I'll see you guys tomorrow and on Friday.